Shalom, Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakwadash, divine honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to like out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. I want to get into a quick topic, titled I am for peace, but they are for war. Just thinking about the relationship or the lack thereof, between Jacob and Esau, man. These two nations and what the whole earth storyline is based upon the two main characters in Yahweh Shai's movie, as we know. You know, um, so this is Psalms 120:1, and it reads, "A song of degrees. In my distress, I cried unto the Lord, and He heard me. Deliver my soul, O Lord, from lying lips and a deceitful tongue. What shall be given unto thee, or what shall be done unto thee, thou false tongue? Sharp arrows of the mighty, with coals of juniper. Woe is me that I sojourn in Meshech, that I dwell in the tents of Kedar. My soul have long dwelt with him that hateth peace. I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war." And just this whole, cry into the Lord, within this short chapter here, this is the cry of the average everyday Israelite, or it should be if it's not, because of course we know many of our people are just stuck in the ways of America and they love America, and, they can't see anything different. They can't imagine their lives be anything different than what it is, them being in the slums, them just going through, the motions of everyday life, and they love to have it so. But on average, this should be, majority of Israelites feeling, that, hey, every step that you move, every step that you make, everything that you try to do, you being struck down, by lies, by deceit, false hopes, things seeming to be one thing, but they turn out to be a whole different thing, man. Jake should be used to these disappointments within the society. That's why it doesn't make any sense for our people to constantly lean upon this place, And that just made me just think of, Lamentations 4:17. As for us, our eyes as yet fell for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. So, every time Jake looked to something or to something that Esau is proposing, or that he's saying that he's going to put into place, but their eyes failed to see them follow through, man, because they're not going to follow through. The only thing they're going to follow through with is the destruction of this place continually. It's constantly bringing you people down and trying to enslave you people. There's nothing good that is going to come out of America. There's nothing good that's going to come out of the relationship between Jacob and Esau. It was meant for war, period. We are for peace, and they are for war. And that's just the way that this whole thing was set up to be. And, Jakes that can't get this by now, hey, they deserve everything that's coming unto them, man. How much more longer do our people have to go on screaming no justice, no peace, marching up and down the streets, getting fake locked up, you know what I'm saying, for something that seems righteous when it's not getting us no goddamn way, man? Why not face the reality for what it is? Our people have been struggling in this place for what, 400 goddamn years? You think it's going to get any better? You think they're going to stop all of the crap in which they doing? No. They had the power since they've been here. They continue the power in a warlike manner. They continue to rule in a warlike manner. So why would that change when that's working for them? If you got something working for you, why would you change up the method? If I'm killing you with a basic crossover, you know what I'm saying, then I'm hitting you right back with a double cross, and you falling for it every time, and I'm shooting a J right back in your face. Why would I switch up my formula against my defender? You know? Why? When I got him. That makes no sense, man. So people got to understand that regardless of, and this is a prime example, Jake, the iron for peace, because every time that Esau does something to us, what do we do? Our people what forgive them. But when they speaking inwardly, you know what I'm saying? They deceiving, they devising other plans, other tactics, and they really at war with us. So we got to think in a warlike mentality against them, but a spiritual war, man. You know, um, and that just made me think of Slakia, 2 Corinthians 10, and I start at verse 3, and it says, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. Because what Esau wars after the flesh, that's his manner. We are for peace, they are for war. Okay, but we know that the peace that we're going to bring, or the peace that we represent, it is a war, but it's a silent war. It's more subtle. Esau, his is subtle but conniving and deceitful. Ours is just in defense for our lives, man. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds, pulling down the societies, casting down imaginations, casting down all the Esau's thoughts, the things that he's going to bring into his rulership within his kingdom, everything that he has planned out. So we casting all of that down through the word, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High. And every fiber of Esau's being is to go against the knowledge of the Most High. It's to get our people to go against the knowledge and the ways of the Most High, the ways of our inheritance, the ways of our forefathers, the way that we are righteously supposed to be. And people just don't see it. And bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shah. Okay, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shah. So every thought of our people is like, yo, we taking, our people that's out of the mind frames of America, and we bringing you out of that captivity into another captivity, which is the obedience of Yahweh Shah. Because, and it's perfect that he used that word captivity, because captivity, you're always going to be a slave to something, but it's better to be a slave to righteousness than it is to wickedness. Just how the scriptures say, it's better for thee to suffer in righteousness than to suffer for wickedness. Because we're going to suffer here, period. So if you're going to suffer, why not suffer for doing something right instead of suffering for doing something wrong and out of pocket, and out of order? That's not going to get you nowhere, man. It makes no sense. You're going to be a slave to something, so why not be a slave to Yahweh Bashmiel Shah, and stop being a slave to your enemies, man, to your true enemies. All right. Yeah, damn, there was another thought that came to mind, but it'll come back to me. Yeah, I want to go to Psalms 30. I believe it's 35. Yeah, I start at Psalms 35 and 11. False witnesses did rise up. They laid to my charge things that I knew not. And every step of the way, also, too, you have instances like this. Emmett Till is a prime example, and that Edomite woman before her death admitting that she lied, man. Verse 13. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. Representing, or you could think of it as what our brothers Gad. When Esau was messed up, they didn't know, they didn't understand the land and how to do things. What Gad took them in, and humbled themselves for him. I humbled my soul with fasting and returned, and my prayer returned into mine own bosom. I have behaved myself as though he had been my friend or brother. Because Esau was technically our brother, but, the Most High broke that bond, man, I bowed down heavily as one that mourneth for his mother. But in mine adversity, they rejoiced. So when our fall came, they rejoiced at it, man. You know? But in mine adversity, they rejoiced and gathered themselves together. Hey, all these other nations, period, but primarily you Edomites, man. You know, going into what Psalms 83, you know, another classic thing. Was it Jeremiah 50? Yeah, Jeremiah 50, verse 7 and verse 8. You know, that I always bring out. But in mine adversity, they rejoiced and gathered themselves together. Who rejoices in someone else's misery, man? You know, that's the whole nature of Esau. When we rejoiced from different things, and a lot of our holy days got to do with killing and slaughtering off other nations, but majority is the Most High bringing us, delivering us, man, out of some form of captivity, you know, into a righteous place, into a righteous estate. So that's what it was really all about. But Esau, they just get off on rejoicing on brute wickedness, brute force, brute mass murder, because he is the mass murderer of the earth. But in mine adversity, they rejoiced and gathered themselves together. Yea, the abjects gathered themselves together against me, and I knew it not. They did tear me and ceased not. With hypocritical mockers and feasts, they gnashed upon me with their teeth. Lord, how long wilt thou look on? Rescue my soul from their destructions, my darling from the lions. And this is ultimately what we're looking for, man. We're looking for that deliverance because, you know, it's nothing but Esau's site of war that's going to continue here, you know, within this place. And we're looking for, you know, that rest, you know what I'm saying, and that difference to be set forth properly to balance out the earth, you know, as it properly should within the kingdom when the kingdom comes, man. You know, and we have two totally different natures from us and Esau, you know, as proclaimed, you know, by the prophecy, you know, that the Most High gave, you know, with the two being separated from the bowels, you know, and all of that, man. You know, the whole nature of Esau and Jacob, you know, from their birth, man. You know, so, you know, I just wanted to bring out this, you know, short lesson, you know, because everything that Esau does, man, you know, our people just got to realize that it's nothing you're going to be able to do. Nothing. There's no handshaking, it's nothing that is going to bring us together, period, man. Oil and vinegar, we don't mix whatsoever, man, you know. So with that, you know, I hope this short segment was edifying, and I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, and Shalom, Select out there, doing this work of faith and labor of love, of true sincerity. Shalom.